Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dan Lags, and welcome back to episode number 5 of the Tudor style house Let's Build here on Xbox One with the default texture pack. Guys, I'm back today ready to pretty much pick up right where I left off from last episode. Today my plan is to work on a little bit of exterior on the back of the house as well as some interior, just getting things laid out and making more sense today. So last time we were on this series, I did a little bit of floor plan design for the first level of the house. So right now we have the foyer here. I planned on turning this into a living room, kitchen, and dining room over here. This is going to be a hallway, an office, powder room in there, laundry room next to the garage entrance, and then over here is going to be like a guest suite. So there's going to be a guest bedroom and a bathroom off of that for the first level. And then the second half of the house, like I guess the second floor, haven't 100% determined what we're going to do with that just yet. So first thing I'm going to do today, guys, is I'm actually just going to mark all the rooms on the house, and just so I know exactly which each one is. So I'm going to start off by just filling in all the floors on the first level with some dark oak wood planks. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put some signs down to just kind of reminding me what every floor is going to be, and we will go from there. And we'll get started on some important stuff today. Alright guys, so I went ahead and filled in all the floors on the first level and included all of the signs that identifies which every room is going to be. So we got the kitchen, dining room, connector. I call this connector just more, instead of just calling it a hallway, so because it connects to a bunch of different things. And then over here I used bedrock as the floor of the garage, so it kind of looks like that epoxy stuff that people put on the garage floors. I kind of like that. So I don't even know why I bothered putting garage, on the sign there. It's pretty obvious that's the garage. But anyway, let's go ahead and just continue working on some floor plan things, just kind of making some progress. I'm just going to frame this wall right here. This is going to be the office, so I'm just going to get these windows in line, make sure that I have them double stacked so they kind of fit better. I think that's actually good right there. Okay. And of course all of these ceilings are going to start getting built as well on the second floor. Probably end up doing a little bit of second floor stuff today, just because I think the first floor is pretty sound right now. I don't think we need to make too many changes to it at this point, so I'm feeling good about that. Definitely think that taking a look at the second floor is going to be something we can do today. So first off, let me just swap that out just so it's matching. Take that across. As far as the area above the garage, let me first grab some white concrete, and I'm just going to run this around the perimeter. I think I'm going to put a room in here. I don't know what, though. We're going to have to try some things out. Let me get this whole thing filled in with some more of this concrete, and then we'll kind of decide, where the ceiling is going to be and everything for this room, since we have that window to deal with. Okay, so I got the ceiling and the floor filled in above the garage. Keep in mind, we're using spruce wood planks as the floor of the first level. On second level, I'm actually using, other way around. Dark oak wood planks on the first level and then spruce planks on the second. I don't know, I just thought we'd mix it up a little bit. Two different colors of wood. They're pretty similar, so it's not too big of a deal. As far as this room is concerned, what the walls are probably going to look like, let's just kind of double stack the wall, of course. Take this around the bend like this, run this back this way. Okay. One thing that I was just thinking about, actually, that's gonna be, we can actually get rid of this wall here, because I double stacked that in the past, so that can be turned into another color. So I wanted to make sure that I remembered to do that. So we can get this swapped out here, turn that into the color that we want. Again, this is just a placeholder color right now. This brown concrete, gonna be using a different color when we get like the official thing built. So that leads to the outside, so we're not gonna put that there. We'll turn that on the corner. So there will be a little bit of a conflict right there with that white block there. What we could do on the outside is just turn that stair, kind of solve that problem. We'll get to that later. So this wall will go across with brown concrete. We can also just double stack this wall on the interior. So there's plenty of ways to solve this problem. One thing on the first floor here, the ceiling is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks tall. Okay, so we want to do the same thing up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the ceiling we want to be on that plane right there. So, well, actually, this room's going to be different because of this window. It's going to be, yeah, it's definitely going to be different. So we can actually do something like this. We can take this up 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's just do it like right up against the wall. Give us as much space as possible. So I will just put in this wall real quick. And then there's going to be stairs upside down just going upward. That's the way this room is going to come together. It's not going to be like this on other rooms. Not all the rooms are going to have this this style of ceiling, but this room will because of this window, and this will kind of run across here, get filled in and all that stuff, and I'll probably get to the rest of this later since this is pretty good right here. I'm okay with this. So let me just get this wall filled in. Making sure everything's double stacked properly, not triple stacked. Definitely want to use the space as efficiently as we can. Okay, that's good. And then, of course, there will be some stairs here. And that'll go across and connect, and boom. We're going to have ourselves a room in there. I don't know what that room's going to be. Maybe a bedroom with a bathroom off of it and a closet. It's definitely a pretty large space, so we can do something with it. It's only got one window, too, so maybe even like a storage space. Depends on how much space we'll have on the second floor to use, because the second floor is really not huge. So I was thinking possibly turning this into the master bedroom over here, and then having the second floor have extra bedrooms. We'll see kind of how that comes together. So next thing we want to do, well, at least what I'm going to do right now, is I am going to create another wall here on the back of the house. So we're just going to get right to that. Going to break this, and we're going to have to shift this forward here. Going to run this across and connect it there. There's going to be a lining of bricks that's going to go all the way around the edge of this build. Run back across right here, connect there, and then go across like this, connect there, and then it'll stop right there actually. Probably end up making that a 2-block wide window instead of 3, just because of the way that's going to connect. Okay, and yeah, we're up against that wall. That's good. So this actually has to be pushed up 1 block. So we can move that in 1, break this, break that, put that sideways, add white concrete back to that spot, put this sideways. What I'll do is I'll extend these slabs around the corner like this, run these across. On top of the slabs, I guess we'll continue like this, and then I'll replace these with full blocks. So this is going to be like a little bit of an extension to the roof, just a small extension. It won't be that big of a deal. Something like that. Okay, and then we can have this lining of logs go across just like it does on the front of the build, and then I'm just going to get the rest of this filled in here with my white concrete. We'll detail the windows below. We'll add a window up here, and we'll see how it looks. Hoping that this wall is just going to be pretty simple here on the back of the build, nothing crazy about it. So what I'm going to do is run a lining of slabs across right here, and then I'm going to replace these logs with slabs upside down, just like I believe is what we did on the front of the build. This lining of bricks is going to run across right here and connect up to there, so we can just kind of get that filled in just so we have an idea of how that's going to connect. Okay, I'm going to do slabs upside down right here. We're going to do stairs upside down below that, so that way these windows are similar to those right there. And I think they framed this room in here pretty nicely. Yeah, the way this wall is going to come in, so that's good. And now what we want to do is add a window symmetrical to the other sides. This is a 3x4 window starting right on this block. So 1, 2, 3, 4 by 3. Break open all those blocks. There we go. Let's grab the glass. We'll indent it by 1 like this. And we can... What's going on with this wall here? This is going to be extended out, I guess. Am I doing this right? Yeah, that's literally 1 block, and that's... Oh, I know why, because this one's extended out 1. Okay. Okay. So I can either put the wall here, and it'll create a conflict there that we could probably solve pretty easily. So we'll see how that kind of works. I'm just going to run this across for now, though. Okay, so the inside looks fine. What we want to do, though, is take the dark oak wood and just run this straight down to the slabs. We're doing this pretty much exactly the same as the front of the build, guys. Alright, I gotta fly over here and get some more details. So those go straight up and through, and then we're gonna do 5 and 3 with the stairs coming out of that. Okay, it's pretty simple. So this will be opened up. We'll swap that out, break open those 3 blocks, open that up, swap that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3. And then we want to get our stairs. We'll get the stairs from there. 2 blocks below that, we're going to place a couple of stairs like that. Upside down stairs right here. Okay, okay. We need fences as well. We can actually just pick block that from right up here. There we go. Run a fence straight down the middle of this. Like that. We're going to put some stairs on the side. Just trying to look across to see what we need to add. Okay. So now let's add the this part of the roof. So this is going to kind of connect up to the middle. I think it's going to look good. It's going to be pretty much exactly the same as the other side. Just trying to create a nice compromise between the size of the house on the exterior compared to the interior. That's kind of my goal for this right now. We want to have this connect here, and then this run across like that. Okay. Looking good, making some good progress. Okay, and then I can break those blocks, turn that into, what are those called again? Fences. There we go. Okay, I think that works. That looks pretty similar, right? Right. Let me take a look over here again real quick. Only thing we need to add is these trapdoors and some stairs, and we'll be good. All right, sweet. So looking good so far, guys. We're making some nice progress with this build. I'm going to take my diagonal stair thing going up here. I'm only going to do it on this side just because the other side's going to be pretty much right up against a wall. So I'm not going to put it over there. All right, cool. So we have that kind of angling upward. We're going to do our trap doors. There we go. All right. Not too shabby. There it is. There it is, guys. So that's a good spot for that. Now we just have to figure out what we're going to do with this next part. I'm going to start that in just a second. But real quick, I'm just going to fly over here and make sure that everything is the way it should be. It looks, so the difference between, like, this window is the same as the other side, just positioned a little bit differently, but the window below is a lot fancier on the front of the house as opposed to the back of the house, for good reason. That makes sense. We definitely want our windows to be, you know, much more detailed and fancy on the front of the build. I'm wondering, though, what's going on with this? This looks a little weird. Actually, no. It's exactly how it is. I don't know why it looks weird on the other side. Kind of the way the stairs is kind of floating there. Maybe it's because there isn't one on the other side. Okay. You know what? We'll just add a small little angle there. It's going to be completely walled off, but it's fine. All right, now let's make the quick connection between the roof and the rest of this. So how is this going to work? I guess well, it's pretty easy. We just kind of follow the pattern here. Connect the dots and we'll be good. And then I'm going to spend the last few minutes of this episode, guys, on figuring out like that next part of the house, that big open space that we have to connect, because as of right now I'm looking at it and it is just a big open space, so I'm not sure if it can stay like that, if it's going to look good on the final build, because everything we've built so far, in my view, has been pretty good and we've had some smooth sailing. Alright, so that part of the back of the house is looking pretty good. So now let's start with this. One thing that I'm looking at it, and this wall is just way too flat. If I was just to fill that in on the back, I don't think it would look very good. So we have to find a way to make an indent on this. And I think the way I'm going to do it is following a pattern that we did on the front of the house, but not quite on the same angle. So we have this point at the top of this part of the house that runs across and connects to the main part of the roof. So if I were to do the exact same thing to the other side, it would look so symmetrical, and I don't think that would look very good. So I'm going to use the same design here, well, partially, and kind of use it in a different spot on the back. So first off, I got to count this off. This is 4 blocks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blocks. Okay, so it's an odd number, 13 blocks. So let's run this across. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we're going to break this. And we're going to move this wall inward a little bit. So if this turns right here and runs in, since that's 13 blocks, that means that the double stack is going to go across right here. And that connects 1 block away from the edge. So that actually works pretty good. So now what we have to do is just find an opening. So let's say like 3 blocks here. I'm just going to get this filled in just for how it might look. So that would be 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and 4 blocks. And what I mean by that is 2 blocks here, then 3 open blocks, and then 4 blocks to the wall. Let's do some slabs here just to kind of finish that off. Those are dark oak wood, right? Yep. So now when you walk into the foyer, you have our dining room, the connector to the garage, laundry room, office, bathroom, and then you also have this opening into the kitchen, which is going to get pushed back a little bit. So we have 2 blocks here, so we'll probably just line that up like that. And we'll see if that works. So if I run this across here, we're basically just shaving 2 blocks off of the kitchen just for the exterior to make a little bit more sense. Alright, so there's our little revised design a little bit. So now the dining room really doesn't lose any of its size. We're basically just putting a wall in between the kitchen and the dining room. So we're going to put the table right in the middle of this room. It should have plenty of space where it's not going to interfere with the basement entrance. This is really like the middle of the room, or the middle of the house right here. This connects to everything. And I do like the flow of this house so far. You know, putting together this floor plan, there's no real, it's got really nice flow to it right now. So we got to kind of build off of this. One thing that we have to definitely address is this right here. This can't be 2 blocks, so I guess we can just make it 1. That's actually a really simple fix. So this will connect out to the back of the house. Well, actually, now that I think about it, maybe we'll close this up and we'll make an exit to the back of the house like right here instead. Yeah, I think that'll probably be better. I'll leave this open just for now, but I'll probably end up closing that up. So yeah, we have the dining room, we have the kitchen. The kitchen really doesn't lose any of its size either. It's that's a huge space. We can do a countertop in that corner and it'll work just fine. As far as adjusting the second level here, we're going to have to obviously move in these white concrete blocks a little bit so they don't conflict with the exterior. And I can actually connect these over right there instead. So that actually creates a little bit of a better space on the second level. Okay, so that's good. We can break open this since that's going to be... well, actually, now that I think about it, I could leave this closed off because there's going to be a bathroom in here. We don't need like an insanely tall ceiling for a bathroom. And then that can also be a bathroom on the level above. So that's possible. Okay. So now what do we have to do next? We're looking pretty good right now. I think this is probably a good place to stop for today. Just going to get some of this wall filled in here with some of this white concrete that's going to get filled in eventually. Anyway, so we'll have a nice tall window here. This actually, I might turn this into the master bedroom because of just like the height of the ceiling in here. I think it actually might look better as a master bedroom as opposed to anything else in the house. So I'm just going to get this last wall filled in here for now. And I might add just a little bit of detail on some of these side walls before we wrap up today's episode. But we're making good progress, guys. I think we have the structure of the build pretty much in place. This Let's Build, I might not go like 100% of the build on series. I might do, you know, I'll do the entire exterior and like the floor plan. We'll get everything set up, and I might do the furnishing and the landscape off camera, just because we've done so many of those recently, especially with the house across the street. So I feel like I've given out plenty of inspiration for that. So we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. But this is looking pretty good right now, so I'm really happy with this. When I said I was going to add some more detail, I meant like this wall right here. This one could definitely use some extra stuff, so I was thinking it's just running a pillar straight up the middle like that. Doing the same thing over on this side since it's pretty much the exact same design. Just run a pillar straight up like this. There we go. Just to add a little bit of detail to that, just so it's not completely white concrete. I might even add another pillar going across potentially, but this is really good right now. Obviously, we need to neutralize this big white wall over here. That's gonna be solved. I might even add a second chimney potentially. I think that could be pretty interesting, but I think the floor plan is really sound in this build so far. The exterior is looking solid. It's coming together. I'll probably close off the exterior next episode and start second floor plan, a little bit more detail. But right now we're making good progress in this build. It's definitely, you can definitely see it starting to grow and fill in a little bit. So it's been great so far. Guys, thanks for watching. It's been Dan Lax. Hopefully you guys did enjoy episode number 5 of the Tudor style house Let's Build. I'll be back in a few days for part 6, where we'll just keep on making progress on this build. So anyway, guys, like I said, it's been Dan Lax. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in a few days for the next one. Peace out.